Well, good afternoon, YouTube. AJ Shaver here. And what you see to my left is the Pro LP. This is the same model, or the same unit, I should say, that you've seen at the Paul Bunyan show and the Boonville Woodsman's Day show. It's made its circuit through the last couple of shows, and most recently was over at Ohio Woodburners, and Joe was running that, making some nice wood over there. Jamie went and picked it up, and we have it here. So I've got a couple of things going on that I want to show you what we've done, and hopefully it makes a lot of sense. And I've never run this before, so we'll kind of learn this together. Stay tuned. All right, so we'll start here with the Ditch Witch 1550, aka Sherman. We've got the 48-inch pass-through grapple, or frostbite style grapple on this. We brought over some wood. I laid down some oak boards underneath the wood pile because what I want to do is use the log PV to bring it over to get it to the log lift so we can get it up onto the table itself. The only thing that you really want to make sure that you line everything up correctly is the edge of the wood here has to line up so you can get in through the opening there for the top feed roller hydraulic clamp. So this is the Pro LP. It's got some hours on it. I'm not sure how many are on it because I haven't looked. So we'll come over here and turn the key on, see what we got. Things that I should do before I start the camera, I guess. So there's 12.3 hours on this motor. There's about 120 hours on the chassis itself. They changed the motor out at the Paul Bunyan show. Something with the electric stator went out, and it was easier to change the motor than it was to change out the one piece. So we have our bar oil here, the winch for the cable control for raising the conveyor up and down. We got some IBC totes here, so we'll get all that set up. I do have the 6-way in this. I'll have to pull that block out. We were trying for transport to keep the wedge from, hitting the ground if we went up an incline or anything. Would rather have it higher than for it to snag on something. So what's nice, all the controls are labeled up for us. So we have the first one here on the left is the live deck, the wedge lift, the saw, your auto cycle. So I think this is saw down, saw activate, and it's different than the brute force stuff because once you drop the clamp, it's all on like a 4-way joystick. So this should be the saw activate, your auto cycle, the saw down, and then the feed trough in and out. So they're calling it live deck. It's actually going to double up as a log lift for getting it up off the ground. We did a similar thing with the Halverson 100 TR. Obviously, this is a lot bigger than that and on steroids. And so we'll get the engine going, get things warmed up and fired up. I know we can do the 4-way. Like I said, this is the 6-way in there. From what I'm told, it's a 16-inch maximum diameter. So I tried grabbing some bigger stuff, not that it's huge, because the wood pile that we've been getting into, the logger is using everything that's 14 inches and up, so it's kind of what we're reduced to. But what I did want to show you, these two pieces of oak were the same logs. We basically bucked them in half, and the working theory is that 12 feet should be able to get balanced on the log lift and up into the feed trough. So like I said, we're going to learn on this one together today because I haven't run it. There's no sawdust blown over here, so I'm not pulling any punches. It is what it is, and we'll get it fired up and go from there. It'll speed up once it warms up. It's about 20 degrees outside here now. They give you a little measuring grid. I don't know if you can see it through, but I've got 16 inches there. Look at that, I aimed at Spiffy and everything. Starting to warm up a little bit now. I'm going to drop that wedge down a little bit. Yeah, like that. So what's different with this one, I can actually control, I have, with my left hand is the saw actuation to turn it on, and then my right hand is the down pressure. So it's something to get used to. You hear the motor kind of labor and do its thing, so you can kind of back off with the right hand a little bit. We're only running a single pump on this. That's why we can't cut and split at the same time. And I'm sure you can see the conveyor kind of stop a little bit too. It's a lot of hydraulics going on for a single stage pump, but I think we're doing pretty good. Forgot I had this sitting here. It would be like easier on the last one. is making everything tougher if I want it to be slippery. Well, it's every bit of 12 feet there, so we got it. And we're not completely level, but we're making it work. One thing is good for, I guess, it's slippery. Like I said, that one was a 24-footer cut in half, and the log lift does great with it. Seems like I can start off slow and then ramp up on the RPM. comes with practice, I guess. Just seems that last piece, it wants to walk a little bit to take the bar. But I know this is the prototype one. That one will for it. So they're going to do a heavier weight on top or a bigger spring to help push down on this to keep that from happening. It's worth mentioning anyway. All right, well, that was our first go of ever running a Pro LP from Timberwolf. So I kind of like it. I mean, it's a good entry-level processor for sure. Definitely something to beat up the competition under $30,000. Actually, I think it's like $30,125 with the 6-way in it and the integrated conveyor. So not a bad deal. I do want to show you what I was talking about on the other side with the log lift. So where I laid down the 2 runner boards to make it easier to get up onto the lift. So let me grab the camera, we'll do that, and we'll close this one out. Not too shabby, nice pieces. I say probably a little bit more, probably right about a half a cord if it's a third in one and half in the other, unless you do the math on the fractions. So if you have the log on the ground, you'd have to PV it over and then get it up over that little tab on the log lift itself, where if you put down some kind of a block, you can roll it right on top of that, and then it scoops it up just a whole lot easier. Not too bad. I kind of got used to the controls. The conveyor control I found is down here on the bottom. I was looking for that at the start of the video. Really haven't run one, except for now. I can say that I've processed a half a cord with the Pro MP. All right, so this is the first video that I'm doing with my AirPods in, trying to use them as a microphone. So hopefully the audio quality on the videos improves. But again, this is the demo model from Timberwolf. It's the Pro LP. This made it to Boonville and Bunyan and Ohio Woodburner's Yard. So the engine showing probably about 13 hours on it now. And the chassis got about 120 on it because they changed that engine out over at the Bunyan show back in October. So we are going to be selling this one. We're going to ask $28,500 for it. We'll give you, about $2,000 off of a new one, and no shipping charge if you pick it up here at my wood yard in Dallas, Pennsylvania, 18612. So if we can earn your business with the sales quote, if you'd like a quote on this one or anything from Timberwolf, we are a full line dealer for them. It's 833 Splitter. It's 833-775-4887. You can also email me at sales@shaverequipment.com. And yeah, I really like this one. And as Jamie was talking at his closeout video with the Ohio Woodburner stuff, they are going to do an XL version of this where it's a little bit longer, do it with a diesel motor and a 2-stage pump so we can cut and return the splitter all at the same time to really get production up on it. I think with the diesel and the double stack pump, it's going to be right about $39,000. Again, the base price on this one with the conveyor and the 6-way is like $30,125. So if we can earn your business, give me a phone call. It's 833-SPLITTER, and then email me at sales@shaverequipment.com. And we're going to get all this new Timberwolf stuff listed over on the website here sometime around Christmas, New Year's, when we're updating the site, which is shaverequipment.com. So, hey, I'm always working hard to be lazy. I'm going to go sit in the truck and warm up for a quick minute. And we've got some other toys from Timberwolf we're going to pull out today, too, to play with. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching. Do not forget to hit that like and subscribe button here on the channel so you can stay up to date on everything we have going on. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.